Hello everyone, it is Shuttleswoman. I have the patch 5.12 notes. Let's jump right into things. First of all, there's a few visual effects changes for Brand, Corky, Galio, and Nautilus. Just their abilities are getting visual updates, nothing major. They're hopefully changing the way some skill shots work and how they're recorded rather. So hopefully there will not be any more, issues of skill shots quote unquote passing through enemy champions. I've had it where, I've ulted, from like base length all the way down mid lane, and, it just so happens my ult as Jinx passes through the entire, like one or two, or mostly like one person on the enemy team that should have hit. Like, I don't know, hit Alistar dead square in the face, winds up going right through him. So, yeah. Hopefully this changes stuff like that occurring. But, for all the little nuances, it may not change. But they're hoping it does. Recall, they're changing just a little bit. If you had the item shop open while recalling and your recall is interrupted for any reason, your item shop will now forcibly close. And the window just before a recall finishes, in which you can take damage and it won't interrupt the recall, is now normalized to 0.1 seconds, which was previously between 0 and 0.25 seconds. I've done it where, like, I've recalled and, like, yoinked away at the last second after taking, a hit from, like, an auto attack from somebody. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Changes to Champions Ash, we have changes to her Q. Now only grant one stack of focus per volley or enchanted arrow cast, not multiple. Braum, his Q damage has gone up while the mana cost has gone down. And that's base damage, nothing to do with the extra damage he gets based on percentage of his health. So, base damage went up, mana cost went down, that's good. Echo, they changed him just a little bit. His mana growth went from 40 to 50 per level. His basic attack speed went from 0.644 to 0.625. And attack speed attack speed per level went up from 3% to 3.3% to compensate. His passive Z-Drive Resonance went from 15 plus 12 per level to 10 plus 10 per level. So nerf on that. His Q Timewinder, the initial hit AP ratio went from 0.2 to 0.1. And his ultimate Chrono Break went from having no mana cost to 100 mana, and the damage radius went from 400 to 375. So slight nerfs on Echo all around, which I was going to be making a video on Echo in the next few days. I've had a little play with him, and he needed a small nerf. Nothing major, but a small nerf nonetheless. Elise, they're removing the Healing Frenzy from her W in Spider form. Repel in Spider form increase the damage and healing bonus from Elise's Spider form attacks by 40, 55, 70, 85 or 100% for 5 seconds upon landing, and her Spider form now gets the heal from Skittering Frenzy. Each of Elise's basic attacks in Spider form heal her for 4, 6, 8, 10 plus 0.1 AP. So there you go. Next we got Galio, who his R has been nerfed a little, or base damage has been nerfed, the damage increase has been buffed, and the maximum damage cap has been buffed as well, while the AP ratio has been buffed as well as the damage output. Base damage went from 220, 300, or 330, 440 to 200, 300, 400. Max or damage increase from 5% per hit to 10%. Damage cap went from 40% to 80%. And damage output went from 308, 462, 616 plus 0.84 AP to 360, 540, 720 plus 1.0. So now it's 1-for-1 ratio on his ultimate. Next we got Gragas. His health regen went down, and his base health regen went down as well. But yeah, his health regen per level went down, as well as his base health regen. And his Q barrel roll, the slow duration went from 2 seconds to 1.3 seconds. And The slow duration has, or if you let the barrel sit out there for the entire duration, the slow is also increased up to 150% as the cask ferments. Jarvan, his Demacian standard, now has a shorter cooldown at higher ranks. Went from 13 at all ranks to 13, 12.5, 12, 11.5, 11 seconds. And it no longer confuses the pathing of jungles, or jungle monsters, rather. Jax, his R bonus armor magic resist went up from 20, 35, 50 to 30, 50, 70. Lux now gains her shield immediately whenever she casts Prismatic Barrier. And her E, Lucent Singularity, the slow zone radius has been improved from 300 to 350. She can now cast it while it's in flight to detonate upon arrival, and now has a neat light swirl to indicate when the ability is ready to be detonated for maximum effect. Malphite, his W, Brutal Strikes. Damage went from 25, 40, 55, 70, 85 plus 0.15 AP to 15, 30, 45, 60, 75 plus 0.1 AP and plus 0.1 total armor. The splash area has been increased to 225 from 200. And fix a bug where Brutal Strikes could be seen through Fog of War. Whew, and here we got Rise. They changed a lot about Rise. His passive, Arcane Mastery, the duration went from 6 seconds to 2.5. The stack duration went from 12 seconds to 10. And the speed cooldown floor, or spell cooldown floor, went from 0.25 seconds. It's been removed. Q, his Overload, new passive, increased the duration of Arcane Mastery's supercharged effect to 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 seconds. The base damage has been buffed from 65, 95, 125, 155, 185 to 60, 95, 130, 165, 200. It now costs 40 mana at all ranks, and missile width has gone up from 50 to 55, meaning it's just a little wider. And his W, Rune Prison, the root duration went from 0.75, 1.25, 1.5, and 1.75 seconds to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 seconds. And the base damage went from 65, 95, 125, 155, 185 to 80, 100, 120, 140, 160 at each individual rank. So his W's damage went up, Q's damage went up, the width of Q went up just a little bit, the duration of the root went down on W, and Arcane Mastery for Rise has been nerfed. So, thumbs up all around. Yep. Trundle, his ult now steals more health. Health drain went from 20, 24, 28% to 20, 27.5%, 35%. I have no idea why they did this. He's a beast as is. But anyway, Tryndamere, all you need to know about him is critical strike animations now have the same attack frame as his regular attacks. Zillion, they fixed a bug where if you time bombed, rewind, time bombed in quick succession, QWQ, they fixed the bug where it was firing slower than intended. And they changed Anivia's splash art. That's it. Next we got items, which there's a new enchantment, Runeglaive. All you need to know is a tier 2 recipe jungle item, tier 2 jungle item plus Sheen plus 200 gold for a total of 2250 gold. It gives you 40 AP, 10 cooldown reduction, or 10% cooldown reduction, and 200 mana. And passive Spellblade. After using an ability, the next basic attack is converted into magic damage and deals 75% base attack damage plus 0.3 AP. Bonus damage on hit in the area of effect around the target and restores 8% of your missing mana. So that's good. That's good. Cinderhulk. The only change to this is the damage now only turns on when you're in combat. and it no longer gives out your position if, say, you're just camping out in a brush somewhere waiting to gank someone. You know, like, say you're in the top rush and you're waiting for your, the opponent to push out further than they should. Something like that. So, yeah, you can catch enemies by surprise with that. Defensive masteries, a lot of crap has changed, so just gonna jump right into things. Oppression, it's been swapped with Runic Blessing. It's now a tier 5 talent or mastery. Damage reduction went from 3% to 2%. They removed Runic Blessing, which was, I think, the 50 health shield that you got, which I don't know. I have no clue why the hell they were there, or that was there, so yeah. Tenacious has swapped with Oppression. Switch positions with Oppression. It's now in tier 3. Went from giving you 15% tenacity to 10%. Legendary Guardian got swapped with Tenacious, or where Tenacious was, and it now requires 1 point of mastery, or 1 mastery point. It's now in the final tier, so yeah. More Legendary, meaning it grants you 3 armor and 3 magic resist per nearby, resistance per nearby enemy, up from 4 armor and 2 magic resist. So now it's 3 and 3 even across the board. Enchanted Armor, it's now where Legendary Guardian used to be. It now requires 4 points of mastery. 4 mastery points. And increases bonus armor and magic resistance by 2.5%, 5%, 7.5%, and 10%. Up from just 2.5% and 5%. Swiftness is now tier 1. It requires 2 mastery points. The slow resistance went from 10% to 7.5% and 15% slow resistance. And the new mastery is Adaptive Armor. It's tier 4, requires 1 mastery point, and you gain 4% of your bonus armor as magic resist if you have more bonus armor than magic resist, or you gain 4% bonus magic resistance if you're, or as armor, if you have more magic resistance than armor. So, yeah, it balances itself out that way. I'm gonna get it just because it works wonders. Summoner's Rift, the base turrets no longer slow, and they no longer cause damage reduction to targets. Bug fixes. Champions no longer get stuck in walls when trying to move from fountain to top or bottom lane via minimap movement command. Players no longer sporadically lose the ability to see their own chat text after a queue is cancelled. Vel'Koz's W, Void Rift, no longer creates a targetable unit at the moment of detonation. Trinity Force and Entropy now properly grant bonus movement speed on unit kill. Fix a bug where Diana's passive Moonsilver Blade wasn't dealing full damage to turrets. Ardent Sensor's passive now applies to champion clones. Banner Nashor can no longer kill the Rift Clutter. Twin Shadows now shows up on every map where searching pink in the item shop. Shows up on every map where searching pink in the item shop, as in pink ward. Mafia Jinx's Photograph once again plays music during her dance animation. And Leona's auto attack passive or auto attack particle have been removed from various champions who did not worship the sun. So yeah. And hey, we got Pool Party Mundo now coming up. So there's that. We got Pool Party Draven, Lulu, Mundo, Rek'Sai, and Zac. So yeah, those skins are available soon. And that's it, guys. I've got nothing else to say on this. Oh, they're also releasing new chroma packs for Rebel Caitlyn, Darius for regular Darius or Darius, Haunted for Morgana, Zac, and Rocket Girl Tristana, as well as Headhunter Yi. So yeah, Caitlyn, Darius, Morgana, and Zac get basic chroma packs, and Tristana gets a Crowa pack for her Rocket Girl skin, and Master Yi gets it for his Headhunter skin. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, please leave in the comment section down below. If you got anything else to add, again, leave in the comment section down below. My name has been Shout as well. I will talk to you all next time.